How are you? How are you? Welcome to our family. Welcome to our community. This is Let's Go Abroad. Our insightful moment for today, we are looking at IELTS exam. IELTS exam. This is a language test exam that is administered by the British Council, and it is required by many countries to prove that you understand the English language. Sometimes I wonder, why do Kenyans have to sit for the IELTS exam? Our language of instruction is English. From grade 1, a Kenyan child is learning English. That is a system. We just have to work with what the system requires. So this particular podcast is for somebody who is sitting for IELTS exam and they need to pass. Like failing is not an option. I'm looking at someone who is applying to go to UK as a medical doctor. You need a very high score for you to work in UK as a medical doctor, a bare minimum of 7.5. Failing is not an option. I am looking for someone who is immigrating to Canada on a point-based system. And this person who is below 30, you know, age, is it below 30 or above 30? It should be above 30. You know, age is a key consideration when they are entering the pool. And every time after 30 years, you lose 5 points. So if you are over 30, the only thing that you can change about your application for Canada will be your IELTS score. So you need over 7.5 and over 8 for you to pass, get into the pool with a very high score. Now, the other tricky thing about IELTS is that something as simple as 0.5 can contribute to 50 points. Like you can find when you have 7.5 and someone else has 8, that 0.5 contributed to 50 points. Most of the times, like the last time they did a draw, the cutoff score was 460. Now, imagine somebody who maybe missed and was at 420 because maybe they scored a 7 in IELTS. And if they would have scored a 7.5, it would be 470. 420 plus 50 is 470, meaning they would have been picked for the draw first time. This podcast is for you, that person who does not have an opportunity to fail IELTS. I know there are some pathways, like there are some study abroad programs that will require IELTS, and with 6.5, you qualify, you go. There are some countries that will ask you for IELTS, and with 5, you go. If you are taught in Kenyan system, especially after Form 4, that is when you are likely to pass IELTS, because that's when you're used to writing essays. 6.5, you can pass without so much preparation. Getting a 7, for some people listening and reading and speaking, they can get a 7, but it will be hard to get a 7 without adequate preparation beforehand. It is possible to pass IELTS. It is possible to get an 8 in every band. They are testing your listening, they are testing your reading, they are testing your writing, and they are testing your speaking. It is possible to get an 8 in each of the bands. And what I tell my students is, preparation is the key. You wake up and you don't prepare, you go and sit IELTS. If you needed IELTS as a doctor, my sister, my brother, you will repeat that test. Because you will have done everything else, but without a 7.5 and above, you will fail. And many doctors fail because of writing. Not listening, not speaking, and even not reading. If you are applying for a Canadian PR and you are a university graduate, if you are below 30, age favors you. Age favors you. You can gamble here and there, not so much, but age favors you. After that, you lose 5 points for every year. If you are applying as a single applicant, meaning you do not have a spouse, you need to work very hard because you do not have someone to boost your score. If you are applying with your spouse and you both sit for the IELTS score, there is a way you support one another. But if you are a single, you do not have a chance to gamble. It has to be 8 and 8 for you to get an opportunity to have a high score for you to join the pool. If you're not bilingual and you are applying for a Canadian PR, maybe you speak English only, or you are fluent in French and not English, it means you have to pass IELTS, you have to get an 8. But those who are bilingual, those who can sit for the exam in English and they also sit for the exam in French, that can add their points. So this podcast is for you. Number one, I always tell people with IELTS is to prepare. Give yourself 3 hours per day. I know you are working, and most of the people will be working when they are facilitated, when they are preparing to go abroad. Give yourself 3 hours per day. What are you doing in those 3 hours? You are taking 40 minutes to do your practice of writing. 40 minutes. You are taking 40 minutes to listen to podcasts, and these are available on YouTube. Make your YouTube your friend, and assessing your score. You are taking some time to read, to check your pronunciation, and to answer questions. And you are also taking some time to look at that area where you have challenges and to watch just YouTube videos. You're taking some time to listen to BBC. You're taking some time to listen to CNN. And I always tell people, listen to Christina Amanpour. So give yourself 3 hours per day. And it requires a lot of sacrifice, because when you have spent the whole day working, and then now you come into the evening and you're giving yourself some time to do some things, you need to pay a sacrifice. It may mean that you stop watching news, it may mean that you stop a lot of social activities, but it is possible and it can be done. Now, after you have set yourself some time and you have dedicated and you are committed to it, is now to go down to work. For practice of writing, write every day. A wise person will get somebody to check their writing and to give them feedback. And if you need that support, we can offer you that support. We shall check your essay every day. The IELTS exam just wants you to write a 150-letter word for letters for the section first part, and then the second part will be your essay, about 250 words. Not so many things, not difficult things. It's like a straightforward thing. But if you do not prepare, it will be the most difficult thing you've ever done. I'll surprise you. There are doctors who tell me that IELTS was harder than PLAB exam. But if you prepare, it's going to be easy. Write every day and go straight to the point. That is what the writing part wants. Straight to the point. Do not beat around the bush. Not unless you're totally not familiar with the topic and you have to write something. But it is unlikely that you'll be given something that you do not have an idea about. It is unlikely. You will be given topics that you can think. So what you do for the writing part, first organize your notes into small parts. Let the key ideas come in your handwritten notes and then transfer them. Always have an introduction. When you hire somebody to teach you with your writing, we shall teach you how to write a good introduction. A good introduction where you write a topic sentence, you explain that sentence, and then you outline what the essay is going to discuss downwards. Organize your paragraphs well. Capture the key heading, the topic sentence, explain, and then give examples. And do not have many paragraphs. You only have 40 minutes to do this sheet. Then have your conclusion and organize the way your conclusion should be done nicely. Go straight to the point. Do not beat around the bush. Have linking words. In addition to, furthermore, such kind of things, yeah? Use linking words. Differentiate between using simple sentences and complex sentences. There is a place for simple sentences and there is a place for complex sentences. Your writing coach will help you to come up with a program and to come up with they build your vocabulary for complex sentences. If you do not have, because they'll give you an example of what you would have done in each case. Another thing to note with the writing is that you need to give yourself 7 minutes to organize your thoughts, to write down your short points, highlight the key points, see which points to be consolidated, and if assuming you don't have points, see which one point you split into two. Like putting your mind together. And then give yourself at least 30 minutes for the actual writing, so that you are writing slowly. And then give yourself 3 minutes to check your words and to see if there is anything that you missed. Okay? Writing also requires that first you be sure what you are booking. Will you book the computer exam or will you book the handwritten one? Now, British Council is encouraging people to sit for the computer exam, and actually it is cheaper to book the computer exam. They're giving a discount. Is it around 3,000 shillings for those people sitting for the computer exam? And computer exam comes with its own benefits. But ask yourself, do you tend to think well when you are on a screen, or do you tend to think well when it's your pen and a paper? It's not, this one is not about ability to use a computer. Most likely you know how to use a computer. Most people I have met tend to score highly, especially those who have been through the Kenyan education system, when they are writing on a paper. There are people whose brains shut when they're in front of a screen, and these are going back to look what you've done and down. I don't know. So if you are like most of my students, and I'll be honest with you, I also did a written one, as much as I know how to use a computer, but me, I know how to think when I'm pen and a paper. To date, I work with my diary and I write my things down, even though I know I have a gadget where I can write notes on soft. Do not book the computer exam if you know you are not able to engage your brain so well on a computer. But if you've been in a learning environment where you are doing everything on computer, well and good, it will actually be cheaper for you. Okay? Now for the listening, be keen. Listening, be keen. And the secret to master the listening part is first to read the questions. Because you'll be given that time. Read the questions so that by the time you're going to listen, you're just picking the answers. You're just picking the answers. Another thing to be cautious with listening. If the first question passes you, do not start panicking. That simple panic will mess number 2, it will mess number 3, it will mess number 4. And let me surprise you. You might find yourself that when you miss 2 questions, or it is actually 3 questions, your point go lower by 0.5. So, if you miss that one question, let it pass. Do not allow to miss the other following questions because of that just one. It is not time to panic. It is not the time now to start your calling your ancestors or the universe or calling God, depending on your orientation. Don't do that. And then listen well. Listen well. And this is what I call active listening. Not the kind of listening where you are listening for the sake of it. Listen attentively. Listen attentively. Do not allow your mind to be thinking about your child when you're in the exam room. Do not allow your mind to be thinking about your agent. Do not allow your mind to be thinking about your boss. That is why I say if you want to go for the IELTS exam, don't book a leave today and go tomorrow. If you're still working, get 2 days like before. And I hope now you know that you can sit for an IELTS exam on a Sunday in Kenya. That is possible. So you can comfortably leave work on Friday and sit for your IELTS exam on Sunday morning. Then with listening, I've told you just give it your whole focus. Read your questions before, and then do not be slow in writing. When you hear an answer, I remember the question, say thank you God, and then you continue doing well. For the reading part, I really like the way the IELTS exam is set. When we were in school, the education system, they would give you a paragraph to read, and then they put the questions. So the answer for question 1 is in paragraph 4. The answer for question 2 is in the last paragraph. The answer for question 7 is in the first paragraph. IELTS is not like that. In most cases, your answer for question 1 is in paragraph 1. Your answer for question 2 is in either paragraph 1 or paragraph 2. Your answer for question 10 is in the last paragraph. It's a very straightforward thing. So when they give you time to read instructions, because they give you time to read instructions, then don't read the passage. Ensure that you read the questions. So that you see what you are doing in the listening part. Read the questions so that you have an idea of what is coming in the paragraph. And then you answer your questions. Okay? IELTS is so easy to pass. But you need to be strategic, not just like waking up in the morning and just going to the exam room. For the speaking part, easy. Use the correct tenses. The first question they will ask you is about you. It's either about you as a person, about your brother, about your sister, something that is familiar to you. This professor of English knows English, but they don't know you. It is you to present yourself in the right English. Do not panic. Project your voice well. Do not appear confused. Do not appear like so frustrated. No, be calm and be confident. Learn how to use simple sentences. Learn how to use idioms here and there. Just show that you understand English. But the thing to notice about IELTS is about practice. It's about practice. There are so many YouTube channels that you can use. And I'm going to put my favorite YouTube channels for the listening, for the speaking. I'm going to put them in the channel. For the writing, we are available. We can check your essays. We can coach you. We can walk the journey with you. We shall give you first-hand response when you give us your speech, your recorded speech, and you will pass. It's possible to pass IELTS. So for those who failing IELTS is not an option, for those who have to pass the first time, you don't have 40,000 to pay the second time to retake the exam, talk to us. Let us walk the journey with you, and let us make sure that you pass, and you pass well the first time. Thank you for being part of this. Thanks for watching to the end. If you like this video, press the like button, press the notification button so that you know next time when we put something, and consider subscribing. We enjoy your warmth. We appreciate your support. Have a good one. Bye.